Welcome back, everybody, to another cryptocurrency news article. This one comes out of Cointelegraph, and it's on India's central bank outlines digital rupee CBDC plan. So, yes, India's Reserve Bank outlined the pros and cons of the digital rupee as it looks to raise awareness around the CBDC project. Now, again, people, CBDC stand for Centralized Bank Digital Currency, and we have over 100 countries out there working on their own. I guarantee America already has it. Sure, the dollar is high right now, but it is destroying everyone else's currency. And eventually, if England's goes down, you bet your bottom dollar the US dollar will go down too, and we'll see what goes down there. But stuff is going down, so people are trying to work on CBDCs. If you want to go over this article yourself, link is down below. So here we go. The Reserve Bank of India's RBI has outlined the proposed features and reasoning behind its in development central bank digital currency. In a 51-page note published on October 7th, the country's central bank is looking to raise awareness of CBDCs, which are being developed by a number of central banks around the world, and to clearly define the objectives and choices as well as the potential positive and negative elements of the introducing a digital rupee in India. The document summarizes the key motivations for the issuance of an Indian CBDC, highlighting trust, safety, liquidity, as well as settlement finality and integrity as key components of a sovereign digital currency. A primary motivator for issuing a CBDC in India is to reduce the operational costs involved in managing physical cash in the country. The RBI also touts improved financial inclusions in addition to an increasingly resilient, efficient, and innovative payment system. Improved cross-border payments and settlements are also underlined through the promise of an offline feature for the CBDC, which would be beneficial in a remote location and in areas without a stable electricity supply or mobile network access. The RBI has long held public blockchains and cryptocurrencies at arm's length, with the document outlining its continued view that cryptocurrencies pose a significant risk to Indian consumers due to the market volatility. They say these digital assets undermine India's financial and macroeconomic stability because of their negative consequences for the financial sector. The RBI also highlighted its concern that the continued proliferation of cryptocurrencies would diminish its ability to regulate monetary policy and the monetary system, which the central bank holds to be a threat to the financial stability in India. A digital rupee CBDC is being touted to have the same benefits as public cryptocurrencies while ensuring consumer protection by avoiding what it described as damaging social and economic consequences. The note goes on to outline the difference between a retail and wholesale CBDC, with the former serving the public sector, while the latter would have restricted access, catered toward financial institutions. The RBI hinted that there might be merit in introducing both forms into the Indian marketplace. The Indian central bank also touched on the possibility of a direct and indirect issuance and management. Direct issuance would see the RBI responsible for the managing like entire system, while the indirect model would involve the use of intermediaries like banks and other payment service providers. The RBI also noted that a token-based CBDC would be preferred for retail use given its similarities in use to physical cash. Account-based CBDC issuance would be considered for wholesale users. The document also considered the potential infrastructure underpinning the digital rupee, highlighting conventional, centrally controlled databases or distributed ledgers, aka blockchain technology, as the two options on the table. While crystallizing the design choices in the initial stages, the technological consideration may be kept flexible and open-ended in order to incorporate the changing needs based on the evolution of the technology aspects of CBDCs. The note also touches on the role of physical currency in providing anonymity, universality, and finality. Given that digital transactions would leave a trail, the degree of anonymity provided is still being assessed, while the RBI suggested that reasonable anonymity for small value transactions like physical cash may be a desirable option for a retail CBDC. The ongoing development of a digital rupee will likely involve further stakeholders' engagement and iteration design to produce a CBDC that suits a broad range of use cases. The Indian Central Bank also stressed its intent for the CBDC to complement current forms of the money and providing additional digital payment avenues to users. So yeah, that was the article for them. Like that's what their outline is for the CBDC, what they entail. And this is just India's. And again, like I said earlier, like there's hundreds of countries out there working on their own, outlining their own plans for it. But I did catch on the very end though of like to be able to view for we can see what's going on with small transactions. But all in all, like this a CBDC, it just gives the government more power over you and control. It's like they can track every little thing they do. Like let's say like, oh, Paul went to go get some Starbucks, and like they're going, oh no, he's having too much Starbucks. Like let's decline that payment. So whatever. But they just know everything about you. So I wouldn't trust CBDCs and not store a large value of it when they do come out. So I've been stacking Bitcoin, Litecoin, Divi, and Theta. I like being in control of my own assets, and then yeah, if I need to use them like I do in regular life, like convert to a CBDC, then I would have to. But most of the time, I don't even need to pay with fiat right now. So why would I need a CBDC? So yeah, that's this article for you. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, Crypto Sherpa is out.